In this video, I'm going to go over the tools that I actually use to service my front brakes on my 2001 Toyota Camry. This is a Hercules compact impact gun with 17 millimeter shallow and deep icon impact sockets, 3/8 Koken nut gripper, 14 millimeter and 17 millimeter sockets, half-inch, 14, 17, and 21 millimeter sockets. This PT is not a Koken, but I don't have this size half-inch extension. But everything else, socket ratchet wise, was Koken on this job, except for the torque wrench Evercraft. Still got the Neuro grip though. Really enjoying using these Koken tools. So everyone on here I used, they were all prepared ahead of time. All these tools except for so these rags, I like both the old and new ones, microfiber, and the old school ones. I did use this torque spec sheet. All these tools are coming in handy. I did end up using this caliper hanger. All these tools right here I did not prepare for, so I ended up using this 17 millimeter ratcheting flex head to get some extra leverage. I know I'm not supposed to use this to break fasteners free, but I torqued it myself at 79 foot-pounds. Wire brush, I should have predicted that. Tack hammer was used to tap out the old brake pads. Wire brush to clean up the hubs. I did not prepare that, but I will in the future. Laying thread chaser for the one lug nut. It's getting a little sticky. I want to stay ahead of that. It works really good. It's M12 1.5. I just bought the metric set. That screwdriver right there was used to fix the caliper boot that was getting out of place a little bit. Watch the car care nut, explain that. Measuring sticks for the brake pads, they're pretty low. 22 millimeter wrench, was not prepared for the caliper splitting tool. Nice USA SK wrench I got at the swap meet many years ago. The old rotors measured at 27.3 millimeters. Minimum specification is 26 millimeters. So here I'm going to use my trusty Harbor Freight brake pad measuring color-coded shim kit, I guess you'd call it. So as you can see, even on the lowest setting, the brake pads were in bad shape. There's barely anything left on them. This brake service was just in the nick of time. Rotors are still within spec. I'm gonna look into getting them turned down, have them for next time. But every brake pad is toast. This is the only one right here that was better than the absolute worst red setting. So I went to the next red up just to get a measurement, and that's basically where I measured at. So it's a good thing I did the brakes, and I can't believe I let it get this low. Hopefully going forward with all my DIY efforts, I could keep better maintenance on the car, but it didn't quite hit off the pad, so I consider it pretty much a perfect wear. This is a high-speed video of me polishing up the tools at the end of the day, now that this brake service is complete on my Camry. Really enjoyed doing the work today. Really happy with that Tecton 17, 19 millimeter ratcheting flex head wrench long. Glad about these caliper hangers. I probably wish they just sold them in one piece instead of two. A lot of this tools don't need to be wiped down, but I just make it a habit to try to keep my toolbox clean as possible. Wipe down the tools to even segregate some oily ones, and I'm trying to keep these Koken ones as clean as possible. I know doing brakes can be pretty dirty. I left that pry bar out because I'm planning on doing the headlights on the Camry in the morning. So at the end of this video, I'm going to show the preparation for that. The brake job went so well. I just want to continue working on my car. It's very old, so high mileage. There's plenty of stuff to fix on it. And I look forward to fixing everything. I plan to buy some tint and tint the back windows. It's pretty hot out here. Need all the relief I can get. Just thoroughly cleaning all these coke and sockets. Really enjoyed using them. Would have been nice if I just started buying coke and tools from the beginning, but I have no regrets buying the Icons, Pittsburgh or Tecton. They're all great tools, great warranties, and really looking forward to using all my tools, from the most low budget ones to the most high-end coking ones that I own. So I'm leaving out some 10mm extensions, spinner 3/8. I grabbed the long extension because when I watched the video how to do the headlights, they used an automatic ratchet and a long extension. I figured I'd just copy what I saw in the video. So leaving those tools out, still bringing more stuff to be cleaned. So Universal didn't, I forget it. I did not use that. And my trusty Evercraft 1/2-inch torque wrench goes up to 200 foot-pounds. I use that for the lugs and the caliper bracket bolts. Smaller torque wrench for the caliper bolts themselves. Really happy with the Evercraft. I've had it over the years. When I first started DIY, I realized I needed a torque wrench. I used to just have the one with the needle. I still have it, but stepped up to a clicking one, which I thought was a very large step up. But in hindsight, the one with the needle actually doesn't work. It works pretty good. It's just you got to get a good one. The one I had is pretty cheap. It's probably a Harbor Freight one, but it still worked. I used it all the time. I would bust it out and use it right now if I felt the need to. Impact sockets, didn't use many of these, but used a few of them. Probably don't have to wipe these down too much. And I gotta work on not prepping so many tools. Try to prep minimal tools because I end up grabbing tools I didn't even prep quite often and not using a lot of tools I prep. So I want to try to be more efficient. And it would be nice to just roll my cart out to the car. I could do that, but right now I find it easier just to grab the tools I'm going to use, walk over there, walk back and forth. I'm not in a particular rush. I don't really feel like navigating the cart around. I got some clutter in the garage I don't really want to deal with either. But my next step is to clear out the garage and just set it up as 100% DIY auto maintenance space for myself to enjoy this hobby. Got the Makita automatic 3/8 ratchet out. Purchased this at a swap meet for a very low price. I don't remember exactly, but it was a deal. Just cleaning up that 1/4-inch hex impact driver I use for the brass wire brush. Cleaning up the hammers that I use to tap out the brake pads and put the hubcaps on. Wiping up the 1/2-inch impact driver I used to take the 17mm bolts off. Wiped up the battery. Not going to be using that tomorrow, hopefully. And now I just got the Makita battery, getting ready to go for tomorrow. Very excited to do some more DIY work. After doing the brakes, I feel confident that the headlights should be very quick. I I have not unpacked the headlights, but I got them piled up on a table all together. Here they are. Here's all the tools laid out I plan to use to replace the headlights in my Camry first thing in the morning before it gets hot. I got the trusty Mastercraft toolbox, Makita